Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. Starting with the daily chart here, we are looking at our channeling for our great impulse for a wave 5 towards the upside, of course, for this cycle to be finished. We are looking here at a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5. The wave 5 is still missing and probably still unfolding so far, and what we would like to see, of course, is that the wave 5 break the acceleration channel and start to move inside this channel towards the upside, towards the 100k scenario. Now if we look closer as well, we can see that we have a blue channel here, which is taken from our start of the wave 4 as a correction till the bottom of the wave 4, of course. And yes, showing us this corrective channel, and we did last week where we have broke it, and now we are still ranging all around, probably breaking it again and then start to range, or even probably breaking the acceleration channel. So the things are still a little bit shaky, very neutral price action. We are currently around this upper level of the correction, and we probably move out from it towards the upside, or even move inside again, where we want to see a longer short-term bearish scenario. Now, as we can see here, we have a bottom for our wave 4 at almost the 0.38 fib level, of course, on logarithmic chart here, and we did not really touch it yet. So probably we might still see as a longer wave 4, where we are looking at a WX and a Y here, where you are looking for an X with an expanding flat and looking for a zigzag as a wave Y, touching exactly this fib level and then moving up. By touching this fib level, it's gonna, of course, move your wave 4 to that point here, since it's gonna become a lower low. And then, of course, we move upside towards 100k again. However, if we don't break this channel decisively again and we start to range around this channel, it would be really hard to say that we are still in a bullish scenario. Even thought that we have already a bullish pattern here, a very bullish pattern, where we are potentially looking at triple 1-2s, and this 1-2 might be finished, because in this last drop here we could read a 3 corrective waves inside it as a zigzag or as an impulse at the same time. I'm gonna explain, of course, on the 1 hour chart. However, this can be a zigzag as well as a finished correction and can move towards the upside at any time. Now, if we are still looking for lower prices, it is very possible even to keep a 1-2 here as an A, B, and a C, and then moving, of course, towards the upside. We can see those scenarios very clearly here, where we have hit almost the 0.38 fib level, which is the minimum requirement for a wave 2, of course, to move, to continue towards the upside, of course. Now, it is preferably, of course, always that a wave 2 move to the 0.618 and 0.78 fib levels, which is the preferred box for those fibs, and then, of course, continuation. Now, if this does not happen and that we move towards the upside, the next scenario short term will be that we have to watch these levels. If we succeed to get a pattern towards the upside, a bullish pattern, therefore, of course, with a confirmation, we're gonna, of course, reconsider our continuation, of course, for higher prices. Now, if we break those green levels, therefore, the invalidation of triple 1-2s will be directly given. And then, of course, we're gonna move directly to a finished diagonal. And then we are moving, of course, for a triple or 3 waves towards the downside as corrective. And we are looking, of course, around this green box for a large, massive wave 2 after a large diagonal as a 1-2. So the price would be around the 57,500 and 53,800 almost, where, yeah, possibly that we start in the next year, in 2025, our bullish scenario again, and probably formation of another 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a 5. Now, in that case scenario as well, we have to speak about the bearish one, because of course in this area you can be even a very, very bearish scenario, more than a short term. And what I'm talking about here, let's make it a little bit more clearer, remove the channels here. We are talking about an A, a B, and a C finished here, and then A, B, and a C, of course, as an expanding flat for your wave X. And by all means, you got a WX and you are looking for a wave Y in any form, any correction. It could be zigzag, it could be triangle, it could be a flat. However, if we dive inside this area and we break the 0.78 here, this price, therefore definitely we are in a wave Y, because your wave Y has a wide range for target, and if we break the 0.78, then this is a confirmation that we are in a wave Y and not in a wave 2. And if we are in a wave Y, therefore it might transform this from 3 wave to 5 waves impulsive, and in that case scenario you're looking for 3 waves more and then another 5 waves toward the downside, which makes it a finished zigzag, of course, after having a zigzag, expanding flat, another zigzag. And in that case scenario, you will get definitely a lower low. It will move, of course, our wave 4 to that side, where we're gonna consider this is our finished wave 4. And then, of course, continuation again towards the upside, of course, until other scenarios comes in, right? So these are basically the scenarios that we are looking for, guys, as a recap for our analysis in the weekend. Now, if we look at the 1 hour chart of today, so let's take a look what's going on. Now, yesterday we made a video, of course, an intraday video where we said, okay, we might have finished a correction, okay, and we might even go for upside, right? Because we saw here kind of like an ABC, and I think my video was in this part here. However, this has kind of like expanded the correction, and the correction is going longer. And however, based on the time, on the FIB time taken from the start of this downtrend till the end of the downtrend, considering that this is a wave 1 after having an impulse here as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, finishing a wave 1 in the yellow scenario, you are looking for a wave 2. And probably, of course, you want to reach at least the 0.38 FIB level for a wave 2. And it is much more preferable if you, of course, become to the 0.618 FIB level for a wave 2. Now, the 0.38 is also a possibility. However, it's a little bit low, but it can be. Now, the same is given almost for a wave B. If we are in A and then B and then C towards the downside, if you are looking for a zigzag, you might finish probably much sooner for a 0.38 FIB level, which it might be in Tuesday, 5 November, which is tomorrow. And by all means, it gives us an impression that this correction is not finished yet. And it might turn to kind of an A, B, and a C or WXY. Definitely we are in a WXY here. There is no impulse. If you think this is a 5 waves towards the upside, it is not. Where you are looking to 1, 2, 3, 4, your wave 4 has interfered with your wave 1, invalidation of an impulse. A diagonal or contracting diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, your wave 4 is very longer than your wave 2. It doesn't work as contracting diagonal unless you go with an expanding diagonal, which is not, of course, it's not very likely because it is a very, very rare pattern. As you can see, we have on the 15-minute chart here this high and this low trends. They are divergent and not convergent. So yeah, giving us an impression for an expanding diagonal. However, the diagonal, even as an expanding, should have even a higher or longer wave 5, not shorter than your wave 3. Therefore, this is definitely not an impulse, not a diagonal, and not a 1-2 as well. Because if you are in 1-2 and 1-2, you would like to see, of course, another 1-2 here, and then move towards the upside massively. And yeah, even this 1-2 should not looking like losing momentum, right? This 1-2, in case that this is a 1-2, this looks like it is losing momentum. And as I mentioned yesterday, I don't see really a bullish pattern in this, even with this long trend. I see that yeah, this looks like a zigzag here, which it has probably finished as WXY, and we are looking to another ABC probably here as an expanding flat, since you took, of course, the high here as an A, and then B, and then probably wave C. Yeah, even your wave C is hard to call. It looks like an expanding flat actually here. Definitely this is a wave C, and it should be 5 waves, but it looks like yeah, like a valid expanding flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your wave 5 is longer than your wave 3. That yeah, and we need it. I mean, we need impulsive wave here. However, if that wave is finished or not, it can be that your wave A, B, and a C can be such like this contracting diagonal still. Yeah, so this is a possibility, guys, that we might still moving towards the downside, and then of course move up. So by all means, this whole area is still very, very corrective, and giving us, of course, here a clue that since we are still looking at a correction, therefore why we should look to a correction in case we already got a correction here in what I'm talking about as A, B, and a C, right? If you have finished here, sorry, as A, B, and a C, if you have finished a 3-wave correction and you are looking towards the upside, why you would look like for more correction in this area? Therefore, this gives us much more clue that this is an impulse much more than a 3 waves. And this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And now, after an impulse, we are looking for a correction, right? In that case, of course, you are looking for an impulse towards the downside. And now it gives us only much more 2 possibilities. Whether this whole thing is an A, and then we are looking for a correction in a wave B, and then moving down for a wave C. The other possibility is that you are in a wave 1, and then 2, and then 3 towards the downside. And this gives us a lower possibility for a finished wave C here as A, B, and a C. Because if you have finished 3 corrective wave, which is very, very big corrective wave, why are we still looking for a small correction, right? We want to see direct impulse towards the upside after a massive wave, corrective wave, right? So this gives us, of course, much more higher possibility that we are in a ABC like this as A, and then B, and then C towards the downside, where your wave B can finish around the 0.38, while your wave 2 can finish at the 0.618 as fib levels. Yeah, so these are the things, guys. This is gonna be just a correction. It's gonna be ranging. However, what we need to see at the end of this correction, at the whole thing, we need to see something like this. Just to give you from the last thing, the results, we need to see something like this, okay? And then it should hit at least the 0.38 fib level, and then moving down towards the downside. Now, if it moves from here, don't forget that we have touched the 0.23, and if we move down from here, right, or I don't know, after a while, or sooner, yeah, or without getting the 0.38, then definitely we are in a wave B. Okay, so this is a clue that we are in a wave B. Now, even if we finish here, it is much more probable that we are in a wave B and not in a wave 2. So that is giving us even much more idea what we might be looking at. Of course, these are all still possibilities, guys, but yeah, it gives higher possibility for which scenario it can be. So that's it for Bitcoin price prediction for the daily analysis and what to watch today. Of course, it might be a little bit boring day. Yeah, we don't have any kind of news today, of course, and yeah, be careful. There is some presidential election here. Okay, that's very fundamental for me. But yeah, I mean, of course, the U.S. election might affect the stock, might affect the market, so we might see some volatility. So be careful with it, guy. And yeah, probably this. Probably this. Corrective wave, which it might take longer, is because also of the presidential elections of the US. And of course, as I always say, the psychology of the market can be shown directly using Elliott wave. And here we go. We have analyzed these corrective waves, and it tells us we're gonna range for a while in this area until, yeah, we see some booming maybe on the election days. So be careful and trade safe. See you in the next one. Thank you for your likes and comments. Bye bye.